like I'm Amber Rose. Yeah.
2K TV here with Anthony Davis. In your intro press conference to the Lakers, you said that you hopped right on 2K when you signed, or you got traded, and you threw.
But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output. And hey, Dave.
Well, the era of star free agents increasingly being on the move has created a media frenzy that sometimes can be intense and draining. Some players like Kevin Durant have put...
It can be a circus. David, thanks. Clark, if you're a basketball purist, tonight might not be your cup of tea. These two teams live and die by the three-point shot.
And the evolution of the game has led us to this point where it's about spacing and knocking down the three-point shot. That's what's king now, and that's what we're going to see a lot of tonight.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Matthews and Middleton, the two wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the 1. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Kyrie Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert in at the small forward position. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Durant with it. Outguarded by Giannis. Durant the pass to Allen. Great D that time from Giannis. And it's the Bucks ball. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. KD looking around. Uncovered. And it's good. 2 points.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never in a hurry.
Irving against Bledsoe. Bangs home the trifecta.
You know, really, Bledsoe has to keep hitting it from deep. When he does, I think that really opens up the floor for him and his team.
Irving dishes to KD. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. KD's got his second bucket tonight.
Already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Lopez passes to Matthews. The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Giannis. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
The patience that Antetokounmpo plays with is really impressive for such a young guy. I mean, he doesn't rush anything.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Now Middleton following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Matthews scanning the floor. Milwaukee getting another chance here. And that one's good by Giannis.
Hey, I've always said rebounding is timing and tenacity, but if you got long arms, that helps too, and the Greek Freak has plenty of reach.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Bledsoe against Irving. The 3. No good from Bledsoe. Here's Giannis. And good that time. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points.
When he's on the floor, Antetokounmpo makes good things happen inside. I mean, he's got so much size and skill. A lot for the defense to try to contend with.
Now, here's LeVert. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Kevin Durant. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie. The efficiency of Giannis, Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
1:29 left in the first quarter. And on the way from Irving for three. Milwaukee with the rebound. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
Now here's Irving. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. To the inside. And stolen by Prince. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. A nice shot by Harris.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Hill against Irving. Hill passes to DiVincenzo. Now Lopez. Pass to Connaughton for the three. Prince with the defensive effort. Passes to Irving. Chandler with the ball. He's guarded by Hill. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shot.
12 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
2 on the clock. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Nets lead by 1. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. Already a superstar, Antetokounmpo talked about how much more
I'm just trying to focus on the court.
I think he's already a top 5 player. With his skill set and physical tools, he can be an all-time great.
He's shown the dedication. I think he's only going to get better.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, we've got Williams. He's out there with Kyle Korver. Hill is out there with Robin Lopez. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2-guard spot.
Well, Milwaukee is exactly what a small market success story looks like.
Yeah, you know, a great eye for talent and also some good fortune in landing a player like Giannis in the draft. And small market teams have to home grow their superstar. Then they made smart moves surrounding Giannis with talent and an outstanding coach. The front office deserves buku credit for how they've turned this team into a finals contender.
So it's Brooklyn now, following the 3 by Milwaukee. Williams with the block. And the pass to DiVincenzo. Williams looking over the floor. From past the arc. The shot missing. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. And it's Harris off the drive. The kick out to Irving. It's Prince on the wing, guarded by Korver. Here's Irving. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Durant comes in for Wilson Chandler. Harris LeVert's checked in for Taurean Prince, and Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Harris. Now here's Giannis. He has 6. Here's Bledsoe, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Kevin Durant.
You know, while Eric Bledsoe isn't a 20-point-per-game scorer like he was in Phoenix, you could argue that he's a more effective player since coming to Milwaukee. His efficiency is at a career-high level.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And for Bledsoe and the Bucks, he's been a great fit, Clark, as a third option on the team.
I agree, guys, because it really comes down to recognizing the right spot and right role for you with your team. And Bledsoe himself recognizes that. He says he's the happiest he's ever been since coming to Milwaukee.
Lopez, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
KD's shot is good.
And how about the body control by Durant? Takes the hit, but able to adjust. Yet another thing that makes him special.
Now here's Matthews. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Giannis. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Dinwiddie showing you some of that strength, excelling at taking the hit and working his way through it.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that. And that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good one.
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. The Bucks also with the sub. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Brook Lopez. And Durant, here we go. Pass to LeVert. Back to KD. Shot clock at 6. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists tonight.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter, Greg, and they're really cooking now. Actually, cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire!
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco. Durant, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul.
You just got to be so careful when guarding Durant, because if you put him on the line, he's going to make you pay.
And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Prince is checked in, and then for Milwaukee, Williams comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Eric Bledsoe. Korver, good.
Yeah, love how fast Korver shoots the ball. Doesn't even think about it. Just terrific instincts.
Dinwiddie kicks to Jordan. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Williams passes to Connaughton. Pulls up. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 14 points and 1 assist. After a subpar performance in their previous contest, he has come on strong tonight. His first half, sensational. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offense.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's LeVert in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Irving finds Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Giannis, and he makes good on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points in the game. Mark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Here's Irving. The rebound by the Bucks.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Goes up to the stripe. They get the rebound. Outside for Bledsoe. Outside Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3, Middleton. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Stolen by Durant. Here's LeVert. Lays it up off the glass. LeVert's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
Lopez kicks to Bledsoe, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Hill, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Here's Irving. Goes back up, and Durant lays it in. Durant's got 4 this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. From deep, DiVincenzo can't hit it. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. 17-point lead, their biggest. Well, there's on Ilyasova, a bit of a journeyman in the NBA, Greg, the last handful of seasons.
Good motor on the glass, and he can chip in for a 20-point game every so often.
Tries from 7. And again, the Bucks miss.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Prince finds Irving. And here is Chandler. He's guarded by Hill. Harris passes to Irving. Over Hill. Offensive rebound, nets. And stolen by Ilyasova. And here we go. Fast break. Korver's got it. Here's Williams. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Boy, the rugged athleticism of Williams. So skilled and calm at converting through contact.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Nets. Robin Lopez is checked in for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton comes in for George Hill. Left side, Durant. Shot on the wing. And it's Connaughton with the rebound.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it. But they don't want to chance that again.
And here's Korver from the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Korver's got 6 points.
Perfect shooting form from K-squared, Kyle Korver. Man, is he a laser. Quick release and always gets himself squared up for the look.
Offensive rebound. Jordan. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Connaughton. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nets out in front, up by 12. And time for the short break, and stay right. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's DiVincenzo in at the shooting guard. Basket good. Mark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. Jordan dishes to Harris. Good D by Lopez.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Timeout called, the Nets. And since coming to the Bucks, Eric Bledsoe hasn't been asked to do nearly as much as he has in the past.
And for Bledsoe, that is a good thing, as he is best as a complementary player. Not scoring as much, but his decision-making and shot selection have vastly improved.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. And it's LeVert in for Prince. And then for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Matthews in for Dante DiVincenzo. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. We knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
And Clark, many fans thought Brook Lopez might have lost it after his stint with Los Angeles, but, you know, he was reborn after joining the Bucks.
Yeah, sometimes a fresh start re-energizes you and helps you change your game. This guy was, though, a 20-point scorer a night in the past, so he can put it in the basket. He didn't get those kind of numbers with the Bucks, but really was exactly what they needed as a big guy who could shoot the three and also be a rim protector inside.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooting.
Here's Dinwiddie. The offensive rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
It's tipped. Lopez with the steal. And, oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. Outside Matthews. Launches it. And again, Milwaukee with the triple. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game. Well, I tell you, the future of the Greek Freak is extremely bright. I mean, he really has shown the ability to deliver in important spots of games.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
It's a take-charge brand of basketball he's been playing tonight. His point total tells you all you need to know about just how good he's been. And once he got going, their game plan really became simple. Just get him the ball.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Man, I like the competitive spirit of LeVert. Never backs down from taking these enormous shots. That shows you how confident he is.
Tries from 10. Rebounded by the Nets. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Irving for three. That one falls coming up Dinwiddie's feet. And it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Outside Matthews. Bledsoe outside. Giannis inside. KD's on him. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Lopez finds Bledsoe. Allen with the rebound. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. 8-point game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Durant with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Durant kicks to Allen. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Milwaukee now, trailing here by 8. Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
I absolutely love how Antetokounmpo just has a winning mindset. Consistent, This guy is looking to go all the way to the basket. Has to be devastating trying to stop this guy if you're on defense.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
George Hill is a clutch performer, and because of that, his teammates very comfortable when he's taking shots in that situation.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
Yeah, he still made it look good, though.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 7. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the three-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
He makes the second free throw, and that trims the lead to 6. And he nails the third. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, what do you think this team's identity is this season?
You know, we just have so many guys that can score. It's going to be somebody's night every night, like I keep saying. But we're also, our half-court offense is getting a lot better.
The ball is moving around, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.